Hey, cool people. This is Dan from Dan's Tattoo Shop and Ink Drillers. So, today we're going to do the Mandalorian edition. I just got back a bunch of comics from PGX, and they're all graded, and I haven't opened them up yet, and I really wanted to open them up and check them out. But I figured, maybe everybody else does too. So first, I said there was going to be some bonuses. I also bought some comics off of eBay and the internet as soon as they started getting graded and stuff, and before they started getting graded. That's how I got these raw comics I sent in. So I have a real affinity for Star Wars. I saw it at the Cine Capri Theater in Phoenix, Arizona in the 70s when I was like 11 years old. It was like one of the longest lines I ever seen for a movie, and it was just awesome. So I really dig the Mandalorian series and Boba Fett and all that. So I knew once the Mandalorian first came out, I knew this comic book was one that I really wanted to collect. And the one in front of the camera right now is, of course, the toy variant. And I know they're not very popular. I personally think they're cool. I love them. So that's why I bought this one. I actually just got in last night a stack of them. It was a late night auction, and I was able to pick those up for like $1.99 each, so I bought a bunch of them, same shipping. So I did that because I just really like those. Like I said, I know they don't sell for very much, but I just think they're cool looking. So that box is sitting there. It hasn't been opened yet. Now these ones, I'm not sure how they're going to look when you put with the bag on it. I'm going to try one here real quick. Here's another one that I bought off the internet, the Chablis. And I liked it because it had the logo in it. And get a few of these here. I bought the Pride one. I have that in raw comic also. I'm not sure if there's one in this batch or not. I know I have a couple of those. I have these already bagged and taped, so I just pulled them out. This one here is this one I like the most. This cover here, the Adi Granov cover. So this happens to be signed. I have another one at the shop that's up for sale in 9.6. It's not signed, but it's and it's not a virgin variant. But anyways, to me as a tattoo guy, I saw this cover and was just like, that would make an awesome tattoo. I love the colors. I just love everything about it. So that's mainly the ones I shot after. And I noticed a lot of other people liked it too. I also, just because, we know why number one's cool, because it's got the first Din Djarin and Grogu in it. But then Mandalorian 2 is the first Grogu story. So I grabbed some of those too. And of course try to buy the 9.8s. So let's go ahead and start checking these out. So I send in 30. That's usually what I do, is 30 at a time. This just came in today and I've been so excited to pop this open and check it out. Alright. Let's see how they're going to come out of here. Alright, here's our first rack of them. So I do, every time I send comic books out, let me explain this too. Every time I send comic books out, I try to throw in an oldie also, because it costs a little bit more to send pre-78s in. And I'm not sure if I did that in this batch, but I try to, and I try to throw in a signature to, to offset the costs. As I'm getting my collection graded and stuff, I don't know. You have to pay for it all eventually anyways, but it just seems better if I do it a little bit at a time. Now I do PGX. I try to buy CGC or CBCS, but I do PGX because it's cheaper. I don't want to put that much into my collection. It gets them graded, it gets them slabbed, protected. They still will sell, and if I have to sell them a little cheaper, well, I didn't put as much money into them anyways. So I don't plan on selling these for a while. This is just an investment kind of thing. Like I said, with as much time and energy and money has been put into the Mandalorian, and you see it everywhere. Come on, we see that little Grogu guy just all over the child everywhere. And so they got tons of money in his ass. So it seemed to me that it might be good to go ahead and invest in that first appearance stuff. So I don't know how these are gonna come out. I know these are just mostly. Well, I do see one right there. That was a test. Okay. So it cost me for these 30 bucks. It was about 600 bucks. They have them all graded and sent, and I'm trying to do this upside down here, but I can both ways I can see what's going on. And I just sent in another batch, the Venom edition, all my Venom comics. And then next I have ready to go another Star Wars one, batch of 30, because that's the way they like to send them, is in 30, so that's what I do. And then after that I'm going to do some more old schools. Alright, wow, that's a little difficult. We'll just shoot that over in the corner there. Alright, so I can see this is the Marvel 1000 sketch variant. I think this is a 1 in 500. 9.8. What was it? Casada, or yeah, wraparound sketch variant. 9.8. I'm happy with that. I bought that off the internet on an auction, and I think I paid around 45 bucks for it. And I had bought another one in 9.8 because I really liked the cover. As I said, it's the wraparound cover, as I said. So yeah, my first one out, 9.8. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna set that aside for now. And I can tell this next one's an older one. A little bit of brown. So probably isn't gonna. Luke Cage. 6.0. Not very good, but I don't know why I sent this one in. There must be something in there I liked about this. Off-white to white pages. 1973, hashtag 14. 6.0. Like I said, I'm not sure. I know I have a bunch more of these Luke Cages, so I've got to get through them one way or another. And some of these comic books I'm just kind of testing out. I'm not sure how they're going to go. I just like this cover. Anyways. So 6.0, not happy with that, but it is what it is. I see this is another older one. It's because it's got an old Daisy gun in the back. All Out War. I picked this up for $1. And it was a newsstand. And it was a #1. I have a real thing about #1s. It's kind of like, especially if they don't go anywhere. It's kind of like seeing a local rock show. You'll never see it again. So when I see these cool covers coming out of comic books that really didn't go anywhere, but they may have some cool artwork on them, I'm just all about it. And when I was a little kid, I got a #1 Welcome Back Cotter, and it just kind of sent me on the direction of #1s. So this is a 9.4, white pages, 1979, and I'm okay with that. Like I said, I think I got that for $1 out of a bin somewhere. Now this one, boom, 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 we're going to check out. Now this Wildcats here is actually in a poly bag. Let's see, what did they do? Signed on the poly bag with Jim. So what they did was they took it out. I was curious what they would do and how they would do this. So I bought this, I don't even remember, it was a couple of bucks somewhere. And like I says, Jim Lee signed the poly bag. And it had the card in it and everything. So I was wondering, how do you do that? How do you grade that? Do you grade the poly bag? Because they said I heard that they did this. And it has the card in there still. Like I said, yeah. So I'm kind of disappointed. Wait, this is the way they did it. Grade the comic and throw the poly bag in the back. Signed by Jim Lee on poly bag. Youngblood #4. But I was just trying something just to see. You know, it costs you like an extra $15 for a signature. Like I said, I try to throw one in every batch. I guess there's quite a few there that are not Mandalorians. So next there's got to be Mandos coming up. Ooh, these are big batches too. That was a small one. Alright. Peanuts back in. Those things get freaking everywhere. Let's pop these tapes. Yeah, man, I remember the first time I saw Star Wars, I was just mesmerized. Couldn't think about anything else. It was about the same time that Voyager went up into space. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. And at that time, we didn't know anything about what was out there, very little. And I was so excited. And all I could think of, you know, as a kid, time takes forever. Things take forever. So let me just cut this out of there. So I thought, man, it's going to be forever before we find out what Voyager sees out there. You know, I love science fiction books and comic books. Flip these over so I don't see what's in there. I see some Mandalorian. Yeah, I went really heavy on the Mandalorian. Tried to buy a bunch of variants. I like the Mr. Granovs, and I'll show you some. I actually sent some of the art cards out to be graded at Beckett. Some of these Virgin variants came with an art card as a like a 1 out of 400. 1 out of 800. And so the art cards had the cover of the comic book on it. So I was like, I'm going to send that out. So they're still at Beckett right now. Yeah, last time I did a video, my phone ran out of battery space. I kept kicking the thing. It was just horrible. I'll post the last unboxing I did. But it's in a couple of pieces, and it's just kind of horrible. I ran out of space, so you never really got to see all of them anyways. So this time I got a new phone. I got the 14 Pro Max. I spent some time getting everything set up. My phone's plugged in right now, so it's not going to run out of juice. I got plenty of memory. Alright. Still good on the shots there, yeah. You want to see some comic books, don't you? Right there. What's that? Star Wars, The Mandalorian 2. And that is the big time collectible Slab City comic exclusive variant cover. So like I said, I told you I picked up a couple of the Mandalorian 2s because this is actually the first story of Grogu. Alright. And next we have alright, Clayton Crane. Love his art. That's a 9.8. Yes. The other one was a 9.8 also. Black Flag Comics exclusive Virgin variant cover with Clayton Crane. And it says right on there, first appearance of Din Djarin and first appearance of Goku in comics cameo. That was one I kind of, because I'm also cheap to some degree. I don't want to pay a lot of cash, you know, where I want to get the best deal. Let's put it that way. So I bounce around a lot, you know, and I watch. And most of the comic books that I bid on or that I'm watching, I don't end up getting. It takes me a while to narrow down. And this is one of the covers that I really wanted. And so I'm glad I got it, and I'm glad it came back 9.8. It's nice when you order from these companies and you can get those, you know, numbers. All right, there's one of the 9.8. There's one of those Virgin variants that I was talking about that I showed you earlier that was signed. That Addy Granoff. I think is how you say his name. And so this is the one that it has an art card with it. This is one of 800 comic books. And so I'll have a Beckett graded little mini card to go with this comic when it gets back from Beckett. Hopefully the next time I do the Star Wars video or something like that, I'll have those graded ones and I'll pop them in there just so you can see what Beckett did with those. You know, I just figured they were so cool and so nice. The little cards, you know, I'm having the comic book graded. Why not? I'm so very happy that's a 9.8. I'm doing really good this load. Next we have the sketch version of that. Okay, now one of these, I'll have to look at it real closely here, because one of these is I bought with the one you just saw as a set, and it has, I have three art cards total. This one is 1 in 400 comics worldwide, and I'm not sure. I'll have to look at it closely. There's a way I can tell a difference which one is which because I have another gray one in here. I'll show you in just a bit. 9.8. I'm extremely happy with that set. Those were probably one of the most expensive ones I bought. Boom, here we go again. 9.8, we did it. Because one of these, like I said, I'll have to look at it closely because I can tell the difference. I made sure that there was a way I could tell. Is an artist proof. And yeah, I got lucky. The guy, when I bought it off the internet, it didn't say, you couldn't see the art card, the back of it, to see what number it was out of the 400. But I bought it anyways, and I think I spent about $100 for it. And the guy, turns out, and then I got it and I saw the artist proof, and I was like, oh my God, you know, that's great. It's an artist proof. And I messaged the guy and I was going, hey, thanks. You didn't advertise this. I was kind of surprised. And he said that he had gotten it in a mystery box, and he really wasn't about it. He was glad I was happy with the comic. I was like, heck yeah. So I got one artist proof and one that goes in the other set. Awesome. 9.8. That is just so awesome. All right, now this is Jan Barisma, was it? Comics Exposure Exclusive Virgin Variant. Jan Barisma cover. And I bought a bunch of these, several of these. I have more to be graded. I just liked it. I liked the color of it. And this person who was selling them only put them out one at a time. I know there was some discoloration along the edges there. You know, that was kind of an issue. So, but I sent them in anyways. Let's see what the next one is. Boom. Same thing. Well, they're not coming back very well. Yeah, you can see a little bit of fold action there. So that one's 9.2, obviously. Oh, yep. Oh, I remember this one too, because it does have a little nick in the comic book. And I was like, do I send it in? Do I send it in? Yeah, I'll just do it anyways. I bought the comic book and might as well. So I'd buy one of these like once a week or once every 2 weeks from this person that was selling them. There we go. We got a 9.8 out of those. That's nice. Makes it worth it. Like I said, I bought several of them. There were several titles that I bought, and I bought several of them. Covers. And the Audi and the trade variant I bought several of also. So I got a couple 9.8 out of those. Let's see what this one is. Boom. There's another 9.8. I think that's it. I think I only bought 4. I sent in 4 of those. I keep putting my hand on the wall. That's what the noise is. Devil Dog Comics. All right, 9.8. Now this one is the Lee, I believe. Devil Dog Comics, Slab City Comics exclusive Virgin variant. Yeah, Lee. I apologize, I can't say his name, or I could butcher it, but so this is actually the Virgin variant. I have a trade variant too, which will probably be the next one. And I just like that cover. And I noticed they did it for several other comics. He used that same, they flipped it, the image, and he used that same, they ripped that cover off. It's probably been done before this and I just didn't know it. But that's nice. 9.8. Like I said, I bought a set of those. There's another one. 9.8. And then I bought a couple singles of that. I just thought it was a cool looking comic. And next, there's the trade variant. 9.8. Yes. Doing pretty good. It's still a variant cover. This one says Jolzar Collectibles exclusive. So I wonder why, whoop, step it on the camera. Like, wonder why that one, this is Devil Dog Comics. You know, wants to let one put up trade or, all right, let's open another rack. Here's all my bags that we get with the brand new load. The last batch. Okay, let's turn this way. This is always bored part of the video, but you're checking it out with me. You know, we're all doing it together. Don't scratch the casing. Yeah, so the PGX actually has a really super fast turnaround right now. It was less than 5 weeks. I've sent in PGX ones a couple years ago, and it was like well over 2 months. You know, I know the economy is kind of sucking probably a little bit right now, so they're probably not doing as much. But like I said, man, you get them graded, they look nice, they're protected. At least you have something to go off of. You can always turn them around and break them out and resend them in if you don't, you know, if you're a PGX hater. Like I said, I'm not. I'm okay with it. But anyways, let's get on with the show. All right, so next we have, all right, this is one of a set. If I remember right, it was 777 sets. Spectral Comics exclusive Virgin variant cover. And Sarah Pichelli. And I liked it. Once again, it looked kind of painted, and yeah. So I bought the set. Like I said, I have a certificate to go with it. I think it was like 1 in 7. And there's the trade variant, or trade, yeah, trade dress cover. 9.8s. Totally stoked. Okay, now this one, what's it gonna be? All right. That is the, who did this one? It wasn't Shapley. David Aja. Cover, it was like a 1 in 25 variant. And this is one of the first ones I bought, actually, because I wanted to get some of the, you know, some of the more retailer exclusives, which I didn't get many of them, actually. I think I had one that I have to have graded. I got a 1 in 50. But I did get a couple of these. I don't think I sent them both in. I'm totally stoked. 9.8. You know, I'm learning who to buy from. You know, that's pretty important here on the eBay sites and stuff. You know, certain guys, you know, care, and some guys don't. Bam, I guess I did send in both of them. Here's the other one. It's a 9.8 also. Booyah. Very happy, 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 happy. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, I guess I had 3 of them. I didn't realize that. It's a good looking comic though. Looks like he's all standing out there, and yeah. All right, here's some of the ones that were just the actual basic ones. And I actually bought, a gentleman I had bought some of these from on eBay. He wasn't one of my normal guys or a person that I generally, I bought some off of him, and I also got like a Lando #1 and some other Star Wars comic books, and they got shipped and they weren't protected very well, and they got damaged. And so he was really cool about it and gave me my money back. And so we just talked, and I asked him if he had any more of these. And, you know, he said, yeah, he had a bunch of them. So he cut me a deal for 10 of them, packaged them better, and got them to me, obviously, because this one here, at least, is a 9.8. Another 9.8 on it. You know, then I, of course, I kept them in there. I would open them up to look at them, and then I would keep them in the Gemini holders until I was ready to send them in. You know, I have big stacks of Gemini holders. And then I would carefully take them out and package them together as I'm writing them down for PGX, you know, so I take great care with them also. Should be another one of those. Yes. Another 9.8. I sent in, I think, 5 of the 10 that I had, because these were like the best ones. Another 9.8. That cover just looks awesome. Like, it just looks like a tattoo, and the way it flows, and I love it. This will probably be the last one of those. 9.8 again, so I picked the right 5. The guy did me right, you know, and like I said, it was kind of like a not sure kind of thing when I got them from him. You know, I had a little bit of a bad experience right off the bat, and it looks like there's some scuffing on the case. Yeah, there is. All right, now this looks like an older school comic book. What's it going to be? Ah, Tomb of Dracula. I had a few of these, and the Dracula series does pretty well and sells pretty well. And so I just wanted to get him in. Creamed white pages. Yeah, it was a little dark on the edges, and boom, there's another one. 8.0. Off-white to white pages. Number 62, 1978, January 1978. And these are newsstand editions. I love that too. Although I don't understand why they don't mark them all newsstand. You know, you see it's obvious. Some they mark, some they don't. And then the last one should be one more Dracula. 9.4. That'll sell. That's number 59 from 8/77. August 1977. Well, there they are, you guys. Another unboxing. Mostly Mandalorians. I hope you guys love the series like I do. I hope it keeps rolling. My son and I haven't made it all the way through number 3 yet. The 3rd season, we watch them together, so we usually watch 2 episodes together. And it's hard because I watch YouTube shorts a lot. And they'll have little clips, and it's like, oh, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. But I'm looking forward to getting back to it and finishing that series. Yeah, well, hey, thanks for checking these out with me. Thanks for, you know, I think it's a pretty good load. I'm reasonably happy. There was a couple in there that I probably shouldn't have sent in, but I did. And, but I did really well with the Mandalorians, and that's what I was banking on. So you guys have a good one. Remember to keep getting tattooed, keep vandalizing that skin. Getting pierced up, all that good stuff. And I'm going to go try to load some of those other videos and be hanging on, man, because like I said, the next one is the Venom edition. Same kind of stuff. Those were earlier ones I bought off the internet, you know, when I was just figuring out who to buy from and just different things, what I was interested in, and I just really love the Venom movie, so I wanted to go whole hog on that, and I bought a bunch of Venom. So if you're paying attention, that one's at PGX right now, being graded. The Star Wars one, I've got them all packaged together, just not put in boxes, and that's going to go out probably this next week. And so I'll have another unboxing of 30 more. And so there you go. All right, you guys have a good one. Peace. Once again, thanks for watching, checking it out. Hope you enjoyed it.